Ensign gave every building a challenge to develop, improve, provide opportunities to improve the quality of life for the residents that we have in our building, and they called it the Day in the Life Challenge. And what they wanted to know what we were doing specifically to help improve quality of life. And quality of life is something that we really appreciate here, and we know that it's very beneficial for our residents and family and staff members in order to have a well-rounded opportunity to live a meaningful life. And so some of the things that we did in order to meet this challenge included some art therapy. It's called aromatherapy. We did some music therapy. We looked at our aromatherapy program, pet therapy. We implemented some more outdoor activities. We took a lot of resident input through resident council on some suggestions that they might have for us on things that we could do from day to day. It didn't have to be big events, it didn't have to be anything extravagant necessarily, but it was something that was important to them that we could provide. And so we looked for different ways throughout various departments in rehab and activities, dining, quality of life in general, nursing, and what we could do to help improve the quality of life in our facility. If you look specifically at the aromatherapy, it looks like it's an art therapy. It's a little different tactic that they take. They use a well-rounded kind of scope of things as far as storytelling and movement and painting to create some artwork. And as you'll see, some of our residents that are on the video, they demonstrate these in the paintings that they have, and the work has just been outstanding. They've been very impressed with what they themselves have come up with. A lot of them say, you know, I'm not an artist, I don't know how to paint, and that's not a requirement. It just has to be a willingness and their willingness to try. And so a lot of them come out with this end product, this beautiful painting that they can show their family members and the staff. They're adorning the hallways here, and they get lots of compliments, and it really is a self-esteem booster for them and a sense of accomplishment. And so that's one of the best things I think that we've actually done here, is because we can see the result. Not only is the day in the life affected of that day, but it continues throughout their stay here, and as more people compliment them and ask, you know, oh, I didn't know you could paint, and they inquire, and reminiscing comes up, and so it's really important for them to be able to share that experience with others. Why don't you tell us, Irene, what it was like to paint that? Do you remember?
I remember it was, I just had a good day that day.
You did?
Uh-huh.
And how was it working with the artist? Was she very nice to you? Was she
Oh yeah,
helpful?
Well, the artist, she didn't do anything much.
You did most of that yourself then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Mary? Why did you choose that painting? So she gives you an array of photos to choose from, and then you pick one. Why did you pick this one?
Because it was, to me, it was very quiet looking, and I don't like wild things.
Okay.
I really don't.
You do most of the artwork yourself.
She let me do it myself.
She did.
And, well, she did do a little bit. She told me about putting the branches in, because, well, I had never done anything like this before, and she told me, she said, you can put some dark streaks in there for branches.
Yeah. Now, what did you title yours? What was the name of yours?
Quiet Pastures.
Quiet Pastures.
Yep.
And yours is called Irene's Flowers? Is that what you call it? Had you done anything like this before?
I might have done some little bits in school.
In school, so it's been a while?
Yeah, it's been a while.
The music therapy that we have a music therapist that we work with who has about 25 years experience, and she is absolutely wonderful. She has skills and abilities to get people to do things that we can't get them to do.
Perfect. Do it through the whole song, go. All right. louder?
She plays some wonderful instruments herself for soothing and relaxation groups. She has her own. She has 3 flutes, a couple that were handmade from previous clients that she's worked with that she brings in, and our residents really enjoy listening to that, because one of the things that we asked about in our activities planning committee was, what do you want here? And about half of them said quiet time. That's really hard to find when you live with 39 other people. And so she also provides excitement with the energetic and the movement of the music therapy, but at the same time she can provide the opposite of the relaxation with calming environment. It's welcoming, it's peaceful, and I think that's something that everybody looks for in their life. Another thing that we looked at doing was getting people out into the community and making sure they continue to partake in the activities that they did previous to being admitted here. So whether that was fishing, gardening, going out to eat, going to movies, we wanted to make sure that we provided those on a continuous basis, because that was part of their life prior to, and we wanted to make it part of their life as they stayed here with us. And fishing was one example of what we did this last summer. We took, I think, 4 or 5 different trips, and you can just see it on their faces. They love being outside. They love not being cooped up behind 4 walls. They loved gutting worms, and it doesn't sound very nice, but the hands-on things that brought back a lot of memories for them, they really did appreciate. And some of them caught fish, some of them spent 3 or 4 hours and didn't catch a thing, and it really wasn't about catching a fish, it was just the whole experience in itself. Gardening was another one we started. We had someone locally make some raised garden beds, and those were very beneficial because any individual could come out there and participate. If you were ambulatory, you didn't have an issue with bending over or having a risk of falling, so it was level for you to be able to participate. And then same with wheelchair-bound individuals. They could roll right up to it and reach in the dirt, and we made it eye level for them so that they could still participate, even though they had, and with fishing as well, they said, well, we can't do those things anymore. And can't is a word we wanted to remove from the day in the life, because there's a lot of things that they're unable to do, and we wanted to provide them as much opportunity to succeed in things that they love doing, because we feel like quality of life is huge, and when you look at what someone does in their spare time, it really does define who they are, and we wanted to provide lots of opportunities for that self-expression and outlets, and to allow them to be able to do the things that they used to do.